Recently, as of a couple of days ago, I was trying to put some money into VTSAX. I have automatic investments into my VTSAX brokerage, but I was trying to put some additional money, and I received a message. I've received it before, but it said something to the lines of, "This fund has an upcoming dividend and or capital gains distribution scheduled. For more information about the implications of buying a distribution, see buying and selling mutual fund shares or contact us." It was a warning before placing that order that I would be buying a dividend. For VTSAX, in order to find that actual dividend date, they don't give it to you precisely, but you can use your reasoning or use some logic to try to extrapolate when that next upcoming dividend is going to be. I'll show you exactly how to do that. And I consider those days where I get those error messages as blackout dates, so I try not to invest in those days. I actually do not invest with those days. This is how I figure it out. So if you go to search and you type in VTSAX and pull up that actual fund, you can go down and click the distributions tab. And once you go down to the distributions, it gives you the dividend paying schedule. So what are dividends basically? This is a gigantic fund, VTSAX. So they have a lot of stocks that are comprised in the index fund that pay out dividends. And these are usually quarterly. So as a result, you own a large part of the stock market, so you're also going to receive those dividends and they can be reinvested automatically. This tells you everything that you need to know about the payable date, the record date, and reinvest date. So as of Q4 of this year, which are the months of October, November, and December, the record date was 12/19, so you would want to have your money in maybe like 12/17, a couple days before. You could probably squeeze it to 12/18 as well. You might not get that error message, but you want to have the money in before that record date in order for you to maximize that dividend or get on that previous dividend train. If you start or try to put more money in VTSAX after the payable date or right around the payable date, you may encounter that error message. I received it on the 28th of December, and then I was able to reinvest on the 30th. So that message cleared on the 30th. So it really depends, but you can see what happened last year. So for example, Q4 of 2024, the payable date was 12/24 and the record date was 12/20. So right around the third, fourth week of December, this is when things get a little bit sketchy as far as trying to reinvest without getting that error message. They don't give you the exact date until after they actually invest in those funds, and it differs every year, or sometimes it stays exactly the same. But as you can see, Q4 of last year, the payable date was 12/24, while now it's 12/23. So you can use this as a schedule, like maybe I shouldn't invest in VTSAX on the third or fourth week of this actual dividend index fund distribution. I hope this helps. This is the best way I can find out of how I can use that distribution schedule in order to time my buys that are not automatic. So things, if I get a little bit extra money and I throw it into VTSAX and it's not on my allocated schedule, I can use this in order to extrapolate, okay, maybe I'm not going to do it on this day or that day. You shouldn't get too worried about the error message. Try again the next day or the following day, and if it clears, it clears. But I would not invest while you're getting that error message. This way you don't have any implications of buying an actual dividend versus buying the actual shares of VTSAX. And as far as your automatic contributions, I never have issues as far as automatic contributions, regardless of when the dividend date is. And there are 4 dividend dates in the calendar year, one after Q1, so end of March, one after Q2. So this is going to be the end of June, July-ish. As you can see, June 27th, July 1st was the payable date. Then you have the end of September one for Q3. And then you have the end of Q4, which is like the third week of December. So you can use this distribution schedule for any stock that you're involved with or any fund that you're involved with for Vanguard. But this is for VTSAX. I hope this helps, and always invest in VTSAX. Not financial advice.